What's up, you guys? So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a little bit different than I've ever done on this channel. I'm going to be sharing my experience in an MLM. Now, for those of you that don't know, an MLM is a multi-level marketing company. And before I even get started, I just want to say this video is not meant to shame anyone or judge anyone or put anyone down or to bash MLMs or anything like that. The purpose of this video is to share with you my experience, what I went through before, during, and after this MLM, what my friends are going through. I do have friends still in these companies, and I'm just gonna kind of break it down for you from my personal opinion and my point of view and everything I experienced while in an MLM, so that maybe you can have more information on them from somebody that has been a part of one and then quit. I do just want to say here that my channel is not the place for hate and judgment and fighting and bickering and negativity, so those comments will not be allowed. I also understand, if you saw the title of the video, why you would want to come here and defend MLMs if you're currently in one, or you know somebody that's really successful in them and you want to defend your friend. I hear you, I understand that. But please just remember to keep the comment section kind. I'll turn off the comments if I have to. I don't want to do that because I do want to always hear your thoughts and feedback. I've never in my life turned off the comment section on any of my videos on this channel or my main channel, ever. And I talk about some pretty crazy things on my main channel, like my prison experience and having a baby in prison and addiction and recovery and all of the things that I've gone through. So I've never in my life turned off a comment section on a video ever, and I don't want this to be the first, but just know that I'm not trying to shame anyone or put anyone down. I just want to share my experience with you guys. I'm also going to leave videos of other people that have multiple degrees that will explain to you the ethical side or not so ethical side of these companies and why they're just morally not good. And I'll get into that in a second, but I do just want to say that everything I just said. I do just want to say that I in no way mean to hurt anyone by this video. I want to be very clear there. I was in the MLM company called It Works. And before I started It Works, I was what they call loyal customer with this company, meaning that every month I had an order for chocolate greens and a couple other things that I really did enjoy from this company. Now, chocolate greens is a product that they have, and it's like a bunch of superfoods and cocoa powder, and I drank it every single day, and I really enjoyed them. I actually still have them in my pantry. I enjoyed that product, and at the time that I decided to kind of cave to all these people that kept asking me to join this company, these people will act like they're your friend and try to manipulate you into joining these companies, and it's a very difficult thing, especially if you're not in a good place. So let me just kind of give you guys a little bit of a backstory on this. I was not in a good place in my life, and I don't think people join MLMs if they're in a good place. And what I mean by that is, financially, you see these people that are fake it till you make it all over social media, and that's what they're told to do. And at this point in my life, I was struggling with severe postpartum depression. My daughter was probably 8 months old at the time, and I was a full-time student. I now have my bachelor's degree, but I wanted to do something more, and it wasn't really about money because my boyfriend has a good job and I was a full-time student and a stay-at-home mom. I wanted something just more for me, and I didn't know what pathway I would take. I didn't know that I'd be on YouTube sharing my story. I didn't know that that was going to be my passion. I was just really lost, you know, and I felt like my whole identity was just being a mom, and that happens, and I felt like I wasn't doing anything that I enjoyed. So I was a loyal customer, and I had friends on social media that were doing it, and you know, they seemed really happy. And that's the thing here. That's the thing. When you sign up for these companies, they have this fake it till you make it mentality where they immediately tell you that you have to live the perfect life and never say anything negative about your life and just all the time and happy, 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 and we're making money, money, money all the time, and kind of like shove that down everyone's throat on social media, even if you signed up 24 hours ago. So I was in a kind of bad place, and I don't think most people sign up for MLMs when they're in a good place in life. And I'm saying that from personal experience, and I have many friends that have done MLM companies. So I signed up, and immediately everyone was so nice to me. They were always so nice to me until they disappeared, but we'll get there. And I thought, because I didn't do a lot of research, I'm like, oh, it's sales. I can do sales. I did a door-to-door sales company. I'm so good at sales. I can do sales. Like, I'm good at this, right? I had to pay $100 to get my startup kit so that I had things, and I had to host parties and bring people over. And at first I'm like, okay, it's sales. I can do this, blah, 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 right? The thing that they don't tell you is that you don't make the majority of your income based on sales. You make it based on recruitment, and you cannot move up in these companies unless you recruit. So you make your money from your downline. Now that means it's a pyramid, and we'll get there in a second. It is a pyramid. So if Jessica enrolls in this company, it works, and she likes the products and she believes in the products and she thinks she's gonna be a good salesperson, since I was a very good salesperson in a different company, then I hire Becky, and Becky hires 2 people, and then those 2 people hire 4 people, and I've got my downline. That's what they call a downline. I'm making money off of those people and some sales here and there, but the whole point of that is to recruit a team, and they have coaches and leaders and people that help you recruit. Recruiting is like the #1 way to get paid in these companies. And just to give you guys a little bit more information, I was doing very well with the sales and not making any money because I wasn't recruiting at the rate that they wanted me to recruit. And I was always uncomfortable with that. I can do sales, but I don't want to bring anyone else. I don't want, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm really good at sales. I can sell the product, but I don't want to force other people to sell the product. Like, I decided to do it, right? So even though I wasn't really comfortable with recruiting, I did anyway. I recruited some people, and I went to their conferences, and I had the parties that they told me to have, and I actually met the owner's daughter, Cami. So sweet, she's so nice. All of these people were always really, really nice to me, and that's why it's taken me so long to make a video about it, because I really liked the people, and they were always so kind and so genuine, and I really did like them and their stories and what they had overcome and all of that. And that's why making this video is so difficult, but I did this for an entire year. There is no one that knows me that would say, like, you failed in a sales company. So I don't want people to be like, oh, you don't like this company because you failed at it. No, I sold my ass off, and I still didn't make money. I still had to keep buying the products. So more often than not, these products are inflated. The cost is inflated so that you can make a little bit of money, but you're not making that much money. Even though I sold my ass off and I got plenty of loyal customers, which is a thing in this company, it works where you have to have an automated order every single month. So if I sign up for one product, I have to get that product for 3 months straight, and it's gonna auto draft out of my account, okay? So obviously people don't like to do that, but I had a lot of loyal customers. So even though I sold my ass off, I wasn't getting promoted in this company because I wasn't recruiting. And it just never felt good to me to force other people to try to do this. And it never felt good to me to tell everyone that I was making all this money when I wasn't making that much money, when I was making $500 a month. You know, but I was happy to have $500 extra a month, like anybody would be. But at the end of the day, we are told to manipulate people, to recruit. And we're told that we have to be living this great, big, extravagant life. And there are a lot of different scenarios where you will see somebody join this company, immediately say that they're doing well, immediately say that they're rich. And then essentially what happens is the truth of it is they're not that successful at it. The majority of the people in these companies are not making that much money, if any at all. And they have to disclose these financial things. So a couple of months in is when I really started to dig deeper, and I really started to do more research on it, and I no longer wanted to be part of this company. I'll put it up right here. According to 2019, 85% of these people are distributors, and distributors make $48 a month. That's 85% of the company. 3.31% are executive, which is one step above distributor, and they make $240 average a month. On the low end, that would be $3. I was executive And I can tell you right now, I didn't make 240 at executive. So then there's Ruby, and that's 6% of the company. And you can see it kind of goes down from there. I signed up under a woman who I really liked, and I loved talking to her, and she was so kind, but I was part of her downline, and she was an ambassador diamond. So she's building houses in Florida and living this fancy life and has this beautiful house, and her husband is also an ambassador, and they're very, very successful at it. They've been doing it for years, and they have thousands of distributors, and that's where these uplines make their money. They make their money on their downline, not on sales. So she makes, on average, anywhere between $6,000 a month and $25,000 a month. And I can tell you right now, I do know that she makes a lot of money. But the majority of these people make no money. They spend their money on products, and then all of that revenue, if you're buying products because you're a distributor in this company, that all goes to your upline. You don't make any money on it. Your people make money off of you. And that is what is so morally unethical in this company. You're not making money on sales, you're making money on your downline, you know, and is it illegal? No. Is it unethical? Yes. Now, a pyramid scheme and an MLM are two different things. The reason why they can call themselves a multi-level marketing company and not a pyramid scheme is just the way that the law is written. So because they have a product that they're selling you, they can operate the same kind of way as a pyramid scheme. But once you have a product that you're exchanging, that's when it becomes an MLM, but that does not protect them from lawsuits. There have been a lot of lawsuits against MLM companies for many reasons, so please do your research outside of this video. But I want to talk to you about my experience now, like how I felt. So I made my opinion known, and I'm like, hold on, how come I can't make any money off sales? Why is it all in recruitment? Like, this is just not something that I want to do. You know, I'm a salesperson. I don't want to recruit other people and make other people do this. I don't want to tell everyone on Facebook that I'm wildly successful when I'm not. And I just had a problem with that. And they always told me the same thing, you know, like, you will be successful. You have to fake it till you make it. It's okay. Like, just recruit, just keep recruiting and keep selling. You'll get there. And they always told me that, like, look at your upline people, and they're really successful. So obviously you're going to be really successful too, which is just not true. They just want you to stay in so that they can make money off of anything that you do, because that's how they make their money, right? They cheerleaded for me, and they were so kind to me and so nice to me. And then once I quit, I never got one message saying, oh, are you okay? Like, these are people that I talked about my family with. These are people that knew my struggles and my situations, and that I was in school and that I was struggling with depression and all of these things. And they never once, not one person, checked up on me and asked me if I was okay. In my personal experience, once you quit, the messages stop. Unless they ask you to re-sign up a year later, but no one ever asked me how I was doing. And that sucks because I talk to these people every day for a year, you know, but it is what it is, you know, and it's okay. But that manipulation part of it, where they're just like, hey hun, hey babe, join my company. I'm a brand owner, I'm a company owner. No, they're not. They don't own this company. They don't. And I think all of the lies and the deceit and the manipulation is what turned me off from wanting to work with these companies. Reese hated it. He never wanted me to sign up, but I did anyway because I just wanted to do something more, and I just wanted to, you know, just do something, because I was home all day and worked on school all day, and I was just so freaking depressed that I just wanted to have friends and like do something, you know? And like I said, I wasn't in a good place. And anytime I would talk about that to them, and I'm like, my boyfriend does not like this, he doesn't want me in this company, they would just say like, don't worry about it, we're your family. Oh, we got you, girl, it's fine. And it's like, what? Like, he's mad and he doesn't like this, and they're just saying like, he'll get over it. Like, that's not healthy and that's not cool. And I realized that, you know, I was spending a lot of my money and most of my free time trying to sell these products, even though I liked them. I love the greens, they're fire. It just wasn't worth it to me at all. And I could not stand to be told every single day lies and manipulation, and it was just a lot. And I feel like I'm not explaining this very well, and I feel like I'm leaving a lot of holes here, but I just want to encourage you to do your own research on them. And if you are in an MLM and you're successful and you're happy and you're loving what you're doing, cool. I just couldn't be part of that because I couldn't. And I hated to be part of a company that was preying on people, single moms, people that were struggling, and people that really didn't have the extra money to spend on this company, and then they would lose all the money because they wouldn't get successful, and then those same people would not talk to that woman that they recruited. Like, that made me crazy. And they really just kind of preyed on me when I was in a shitty situation, you know what I mean? When I was so miserable and so depressed, and I saw that time and time again. And they make all these promises, but the reality of it is you can look up the financial report, and they use that chart to tell you like, oh, look how successful we are. But if you look at it, 85% of the people that are in these companies are not making any money. They're spending money, and it's not a good thing. And even though I really like the people, I just want to encourage you to take a step back, research it, listen to the stories that are on YouTube. There are a ton of people that went freaking completely broke trying to do these companies. Listen to them. A lot of companies make promises for a Cadillac. What they don't tell you is you're probably not going to get that, but it's not free. Nothing is free. I am sorry if this video is like super rambly, but I've tried to film this so many times and I just feel like I can't, because I get like really anxious when I'm talking about this, because it was such a shitty time in my life and in my relationship with Reese, and as a mom, I was really struggling during this time. But once I started to do the research, and once I started to look at the numbers, because the numbers do not lie, and once I started to see people, you know, struggle, and then when I saw people in It Works preying on single moms, stay-at-home moms, people that were struggling, people that lost their job, I was so outraged by it all that I just couldn't be part of it anymore. I was charted to be Emerald, which means that I recruited people, that they weren't performing, so I didn't get that promotion. And I know that there are people that are in MLMs that are just gonna be like, well, you failed, so that's why you hate us. Like, no, that's not true. I was charted for many promotions, many times. That's not why. It was the ethical issues that I mentioned, and how no one ever cared that I was struggling. And even though they can't operate as a legal business, don't let that fool you, because these companies have gone under, not It Works specifically, because they will tell you, oh, we've been in business since 2005, we're fine. But a lot of companies have been taken to court and have had to file bankruptcy and pay out in court huge sums for these lawsuits because these companies are not ethically okay. I'm gonna end today's video here. If you guys have more questions or you want me to dive deeper into what goes on behind the scenes, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. But again, please do not send any hate to anyone in the comments. Don't attack me, because I'm speaking on my experience, and I will see you guys in my next one.